I bet I know why you're here. You're pretty exhausted because your puppy just won't sleep through the night. Am I right? Well, I'm glad you're here because I want to help you with this. Michelle here with How to Train a Dream Dog. I'm your fear-free certified dog trainer with over 20 years of experience training puppy owners all over the world. Hit that subscribe button because in the coming weeks, I have some really good videos I'm going to launch all about puppy training tips you're going to need. And I don't want you to miss anything. Now, you've probably thought you've done everything you can think of when it comes to getting your puppy to sleep at night. You played with them to get them good and tired for bed. You took them out to go potty right before bed. But every single night, the crying, the whining, and the constant waking up continue. Well, you're not alone in this. Meet Sarah and her 10-week-old puppy, Milo. The first few nights, yeah, a complete disaster. She read all the advice online and tried everything, letting him cry it out, setting alarm clocks to check if he needed to go potty, and even bringing him into her bed out of pure desperation. But no matter what she did, she wasn't getting any more than a couple hours of sleep at a time. She started to wonder if getting a puppy was a mistake. If you've been there, trust me, you're not alone. As a matter of fact, I struggled with this too with one of my pups, and I'm going to share what happened and what I did to fix it. And no, it doesn't involve letting your puppy cry it out or waking up every hour to check on them. In fact, with just a few small changes, your puppy can start sleeping through the night peacefully, and you can finally get the rest you need. Oh, by the way, the cry it out method, it's an outdated training philosophy that many trainers, like myself, used to teach. But now that we know more about canine science and animal behavior, we realize how detrimental this method is. So when we here at How to Train a Dream Dog became fear-free certified a number of years ago, we stopped teaching those outdated methods. And bringing a puppy into bed, well, that's not something you should do right away. We recommend waiting until they're at least a year old, fully potty trained, and well past the chewing phase. Oh, and they've been trained to use pet stairs to get in and out of bed safely. I can't tell you how many people came into the vet office with dogs that had torn ACLs and broken legs because they were jumping off beds and couches way before they were supposed to be up there. Those growth plates, they're not fully developed until your dog's at least a year old. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistakes puppy owners make when it comes to nighttime sleep and the simple shifts that are gonna change everything for you. First, let's talk about what's going wrong, because the struggle doesn't actually start at bedtime. It starts hours before that. Now, the number one mistake puppy owners make, the wrong pre-bedtime routine. Here's what usually happens. Either the puppy's been bouncing off the walls right before bed, running around in a burst of crazy zoomies, or they've been lying around too much during the day and they aren't tired at all. And a tired puppy isn't necessarily a sleepy puppy. Overstimulation leads to frustration. Understimulation leads to restlessness. And if your puppy isn't getting the right mix of physical and mental exercise throughout the day, they won't be ready to settle when it comes to bedtime. Aha moment here. You need to create structured and calm wind down routines leading up to bedtime. So this means no wild play sessions in the hour before bed, no last minute excitement, and no overstimulation. Instead, focus on slow sniffing games, gentle cuddles, or a frozen lick mat to help your puppy's energy level come down naturally. A proper bedtime routine sets the tone for the entire night. I like to think of a puppy's day as blocks of time. The evening block of time is usually from about 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. for most people. Usually, a younger puppy, 8 to 12 weeks, will eat dinner between 5 and 6 p.m. They'll go potty before dinner and after dinner, and likely will play for a bit before needing an after dinner nap, usually around 7 p.m. I know what you're thinking. I don't want my puppy to sleep before bedtime. They won't sleep through the night. This is actually a misconception. By attempting to keep your puppy up and keeping them from resting, you're actually making them overtired and overstimulated, which makes it harder for them to settle when they need to go to bed. Now, they'll likely get up at around 8 to 9 p.m. after that nap. Then you're gonna take them out again for another potty break. During the time between 9 to 11 p.m., you may be playing with them, working on a training game or two, then taking them out to potty, anywhere from 1 to 3 times before the cool down, before bedtime routine begins, which is about 20 minutes before bed, at which time they should be in a pen or a smaller space with a cool down activity, such as licking a licky mat or a Kong, or chewing a yak chew or a bully stick. I also don't restrict water, ever, as this can actually make your pup stressed about not having it. Then, when they do get to drink, they just gulp all the water up because they've become fixated on it even more when they can't have it. So by limiting water too much, you actually cause them stress at bedtime. I bet you can imagine a time when you were really thirsty and you couldn't think of anything more than a tall glass of water to quench your thirst. Instead, I only put a little water in a bowl at a time in the evening. Then I can monitor how much they're drinking without it becoming a problem. And then I take them out accordingly. If you're looking for more information on the puppy schedule, or you want to see a sample schedule for an 8-week-old puppy, I have a great free resource that covers the ideal wake window and sleep amount for your puppy based on their age. It's called the Puppy Schedule Planner. I'll put the link to this resource in the description below this video. Next up, mistake number 2. The sleep environment and calming aids. Most people don't realize how much the placement of the crate, the size of the crate, and even the atmosphere in the room can impact their puppy's ability to sleep or not. Some puppies are placed too far away from their owner at first, causing them to feel isolated and scared. Others put their puppies in high trafficked areas, way too much noise and way too much stimulation that keep them on high alert. Now the ultimate goal is to get your puppy comfortable falling asleep without you. But you may need to start with the crate in your bedroom and gradually move it to a location away from you as training progresses. I have a video that can help you determine where you should put the crate, and the answer isn't the same for everyone. So check out the video when you're done here to find out how to determine where you should put your pup's crate. So here's your next aha moment. Your puppy's crate should feel like a safe, cozy place to rest, not punishment. So this means you're gonna wanna create a darker room with the curtains closed, use a crate cover and the snuggle puppy to create a space that promotes rest. Now, if you don't have a snuggle puppy, what are you waiting for? The stuffed dog with a mechanical heartbeat mimics laying next to a litter mate or a mama dog. It can really help your younger pup that just came home feel more comfortable in their crate. Oh, be sure to have the Adaptil or the Thunder Ease pheromone diffuser plugged in and near the crate too. That's a scent only detectable by dogs, and it's similar to the pheromone the mama dog gives off to calm her pups. This calming aid doesn't have a light switch effect in that it instantly makes your dog go to sleep, but it can promote a calmer environment that is more conducive to sleep. Make sure the crate's the right size, not too big and not too small. Let me know in the comments if you want me to share the video we have on choosing the right crate size. And another really useful calming tool is the white noise machine. It can drown out any of the sounds that are keeping your pup up at night. And during the day, build positive associations with the crate by playing the crate games from our online puppy training program. And that brings us to mistake number 3, expecting too much too soon. Listen, puppies don't just magically sleep through the night. It's a learned skill. It also takes time for their body to mature enough to be able to go all night without a potty break. Training also helps your puppy feel comfortable and secure being in there, even when you're not around. Now, our program, it consists of 18 courses, and one of them is chock full of crate games, troubleshooting tips, and tips to help your puppy love their crate. Because if your puppy doesn't love the crate, then they aren't gonna love being in there at night or any time of day. I'll put the link to the online puppy training program in the description below this video. You can check it out later. As a side note on expectations, it's really common for puppies to get up 1 to 3 times throughout the night until they're closer to 4 months of age. Many pups just need those potty trips outside so they don't have accidents in their crate. Now, another mistake puppy owners make is setting alarms to check to see if their puppy needs to go out to potty. So here's what happens. Your alarm goes off, but your puppy wasn't actually up. They're still asleep. Now they hear the noise, they wake up fully, and then suddenly, you're up for the whole night. So instead of letting your puppy's body tell them when they need to go out, you've trained them to wake up when they hear a noise or an alarm, whether they need to potty or not. If your puppy does wake up in the middle of the night, here's what you're gonna do. First, stay calm. Keep the lights dim. Take them out quietly with minimal interactions. No talking, no playing, no excitement. A small piece of kibble as a reward when they go outside is enough, and when you're done, put them right back in their crate. The goal is to keep things as boring as possible, so your puppy learns that the nighttime is for sleep, not for fun. Now, when we were advising Sarah and Milo about all those tips to help with the puppy at night, we also shared with her the story of the time I was struggling with my own pup's bedtime routine. I discovered my pup needed something before bed. My puppy was really struggling to stay asleep at night. He was getting up early, and sometimes I even found that he had thrown up when I went in to get him in the morning. I was doing all the things. I had the bedtime routine down solid. My pup loved his crate and he would go running to it on cue, and he slept fine for daytime naps. I used all the calming tools, the snuggle puppy, the pheromone plug-in, the crate cover. I knew the crate size was the right size. I was really struggling to solve the hiccup until I realized he needed a bedtime snack. Since he was eating his dinner anywhere from about 5:30 to 6 p.m., and then his breakfast was closer to 8 a.m., he was going way too long in between meals, and he was getting an upset stomach. This was waking him up way too early, and the rest of the house too. I started giving him a few pieces of kibble before bed, so he had something in his stomach overnight. That was the winning combo. From then on, he's been great in the crate at night. I had another student who did all the things too, except we discovered her dog was cold at night. So, since we never put heating pads in a crate, I advised her to put a heating pad on the lowest setting under the outside of the crate, and only under the back corner of the outside of the crate. This way the pup could move around and away from the heat source if it got too warm, and it couldn't reach the cords and chew on them. Never put a heating pad in the crate or expose your puppy to electrical cords. All right, I have one more story I want to share that could make a difference for you too. Janet kept her puppy in the laundry room when he first came home. He was okay with being in the crate, but Janet was still struggling to get him to sleep through the night, and sometimes during the daytime too. When I told her that dogs have a sense of smell 40 times stronger than humans, she realized her mistake. The laundry room, it's full of cleaning supplies and laundry detergent, as well as a noisy dryer that clangs and bangs. Her puppy was overwhelmed by all the smells, like we would be when we walk through the department store perfume section. He also was pretty scared by the dryer noises, and then he began hating his crate time in that scary room. So when she moved it to a different part of the house, he slept like a dream and no more waking up in the middle of the night stressed. All right, I hope each of these stories and tips gave you some ideas about how to get your pup to sleep through the night. So let's recap here. If you want your puppy to start sleeping through the night, set up a proper daytime and evening schedule that leads to a smooth bedtime routine that promotes calmness instead of chaos. Create the perfect sleep environment with the right crate setup. Check that pup isn't too hot or too cold, or that the environment where the crate is located isn't too much for your pup. Use the right calming tools to help your pup feel comfortable in their crate. Work on crate games outside of the time that you need to use the crate. Stop waking your puppy up unnecessarily and handle nighttime potty breaks the right way. A bedtime snack might be just the thing to help your puppy stay asleep longer. And if you want a step-by-step plan to make the nighttime routine with your puppy easier, my online puppy training program has the entire course dedicated to crate training. Inside, I'm going to show you exactly how to teach your puppy to feel comfortable in their crate using proven confidence-building games. These games help to eliminate whining, reduce stress, and make nighttime easier for everyone. Remember, this time in your puppy's life, it won't last forever. Be patient with your little pup. Set appropriate expectations based on their age and their abilities. If this video was helpful, be sure to check out the next video where I break down the best calming tools to help your puppy relax. See you there.